is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel, and guys, welcome back after a week-long hiatus to our final order cutoff speculation and recommendation show. This is the video where my good friend Del from the Comic Book Frontier, his Facebook group is linked down in the description below. It's an awesome final order cutoff speculation Facebook group, so make sure you guys are joining that if you guys haven't just yet. And he also updates that information all the way up until the final order cutoff order deadline date. So it's a great place to keep up to date after this video, because sometimes I do miss things in this video because I recorded it earlier in the week. So make sure you guys are joining that Facebook group. But we scour final order cutoff looking for any books that might have a little bit of speculation, so that way you and me can try to make this hobby fund itself. But we also scour final order cutoff looking for all the best stories to read, because we don't want to miss those, because we want to be able to have those stories in our hands, and we also want to support those amazing comic book creators and supporting those awesome titles. So that is what we do in this video, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and cover our 2 weekly speculation reminders. The first reminder that we have for you guys is the most important, and that is you guys have to do your own research. Al and I present some information to you guys, and what you need to do is go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books, not our money, your money. And the second and final reminder that we have for you guys is that sometimes a book could be delayed for one reason or another, so it could show up in this video right here multiple times because that book had its release date moved for one reason or another. Alright guys, those are our 2 weekly reminders. Let's go ahead and cover what days you guys need to get your pre-orders in by for this weekend's final order cutoff. Alright guys, if you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that Al and I are going to show to you guys today, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by October 8th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and October 9th for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. Alright guys, that is this weekend's final order cutoff order deadline dates, so make sure you guys get them in if you're interested. But let's go ahead and dive into my favorite section of this video, which is our cover lover picks. Now, before we dive into my cover lover picks, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys did not pick up your Birds of Prey issue number 2, your 1 in 50 ratio variant, good luck getting one now, because I did not secure one before it hit live yesterday on New Comic Book Day, and that book right now is going for $200+ on eBay. $200+! And I wanted it just for the artwork. I did not want it for speculation. I wanted to slap it and get it up on the wall. But I told you guys about this book way back when it was on Final Order Cutoff, and probably even before that when this book was on previews. So make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you guys have the information and do your own research. But guys, that book is blowing up. It's doing crazy things. I hope it flies back down to earth so that way I can get myself a copy. And if you have one and you want to sell it to me, not for this inflated crazy price of $200+, hit me up on Instagram and let's make a deal. But guys, let's go ahead and dive into the covers that I think could do well on the secondary market in the future that are coming out on this weekend's final order cutoff. And first up is Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War, Scorched Earth, issue number 1. Now this is the cover C done by Ron Lim, and it's okay. I don't love this cover personally, but I've seen some covers like this do really well in the past, so that's why I'm showing it to you guys, and you guys should do your own research. Now next up is a cover that has an artist that has had some really big covers in the past, and that is Supergirl Special issue number 1. Now this is the cover C done by Will Jack. There is the regular version, but there's also a foil version of this cover. But what's going to hurt this book is that both of these covers are open order. They're not high ratio books, so they're not going to be super duper rare. Especially with this guy's popularity, I believe a lot of stores are going to probably order a lot of these covers. So make sure you guys do your own research before you go ordering a bunch of these covers. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Next up is The Punisher issue number 1, the Scotty Young variant. I show you guys almost all the Scotty Young covers because you never know which one of these Scotty Young covers is going to do well in the future. And this is the latest and greatest, Punisher issue number 1. But guys, this next cover is really beautiful. It is What If Dark Tomb of Dracula issue number 1, the Art Germ variant. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to do a virgin variant of this book. I hope they do. While editing the video, I did find that there is a 1 in 100 version of this cover. It is the version, it's gorgeous, and the few sites I was able to find it on, they're already sold out. So if you guys really want this, go hunting online now or check in with your local LCS and let them know you guys really want this book. And next up, I have 2 Deadpool covers. These are not sexy or anything, I just really like the artwork and I could see these, maybe doing well in the future. Again, you guys have to do your own research. Next up is Deadpool 7 Slaughters issue number 1. The Sarah Pacelli variant. It's just really cool. I like the Force perspective in this. It's really, really good in my opinion. And the next one up is Deadpool 7 Slaughters issue number 1, the Ryan Brown variant. This is just really freaking cool. Ryan Brown has done some really amazing covers for Star Wars, and a lot of them have done really well on the secondary market, so that's why I am following him to his other covers. Because you never really know. When an artist starts to get really popular, you should be following them. So I'm checking out all the Ryan Brown covers. I'm not sure if I'm going to order myself some copies of this book, but it is a really freaking cool Deadpool cover. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet, and he just looks like an absolute badass on this cover. Editor Bruce here, back again. I completely missed a book and I have to bring it to your attention, guys. This is for X-Force issue number 46, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. This cover features Laura Kinney, aka Wolverine, and it's an absolute banger of a cover. I don't know if this book is going to do super well in the secondary market or not, but the few sites I was able to find this cover on, they're already sold out. So again, if you want it, let your local LCS know that you do want it, or go hunting online now so that way you guys can secure yourself a copy. Alright guys, let's get back to the video. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if there's a cover that I missed that you really like for speculation. Now with our cover lever picks out of the way, let's go ahead and cover all the second prints and beyond landing on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. When I first recorded this video, I did not find any second prints, third prints, or fourth prints, or even beyond that were landing on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. But then I checked the second site that I like to check before finalizing my script for this video, and I did find one book that had a bunch of different variant covers that are all second prints. So let's go ahead and cover that book right now, and it is Transformers issue number 1. Now there is a cover A, a cover B, a cover C, a cover D, and a cover E, which is a spoiler variant. Now all these covers are super duper cool, but the one that I like the most is the cover A, which features Optimus Prime. But guys, let me know down in the comments below if there is a second print, third print, fourth print, fifth print, or beyond that I missed, so that way I can pin that to a comment down in the comments below, so that way anyone watching this video will hopefully see the books that I missed. Alright guys, with the second prints and beyond out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the books that have speculation on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. Alright guys, the first book up is Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom Special issue number 1. This is a one-shot prelude to the upcoming film. Most likely that book is not going to be good speculation, but it was there, so I want to make sure you guys had that information. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 37. This has the possible first appearance of Repo, described as the scariest new Spider villain in decades. Potential appearance in issue number 36. Will that be his cameo in 36? And this will be his first full appearance? But isn't every Spider-Man villain the next scariest Spider-Man villain? I don't know. I really don't like it when they put it out there like that. Just say that it's a villain. And then, let the people decide if it's the scariest or not. But guys, next up is God issue number 2. This has the first appearance of Maya, the Magic Girl, a young sorceress struggling to achieve her full potential. And guys, after that, we have Punisher issue number 1 with the first appearance of Joe Garrison, the new Punisher, a retired S.H.I.E.L.D. Black Ops agent. And it also has the possible first appearance of the Officer, a new crime lord. Ooh, spooky. But guys, I personally am pretty excited for this title because, you know what? Let's have a new Punisher. Let's check it out. We've had new Spider-Man and new other X-Men and whatever else. So, you know what? Maybe this is actually going to be pretty good. But guys, next up is Star Wars The High Republic issue number 1. This is the premiere issue of The High Republic Phase 3. And after that, we have Thanos issue number 1. This is a 4-issue limited series with Thanos searching for something on Earth and the Illuminati trying to stop him from finding what they hid. What is that thing? Is that going to be the really good spec, the thing that they're hiding? I don't know. But guys, make sure you guys are doing your own research. And last but not least, What If Dark? Tomb of Dracula issue number 1. Now this has What If Dracula turned Blade into a full-fledged vampire. I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know, but you're going to find out in this book. But guys, those are all the books that had me a little bit of speculation that I was able to find. Make sure you guys are following Al's Facebook group down in the description below, the Comic Book Frontier. And like I said, he's going to be updating his final order cutoff spec list for this weekend all the way up until the order date. So make sure you guys are following that and keeping up to date. All right, guys, let's go ahead and find out what my spec picks of the week is. All right, guys, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you, this is most likely a really good week to save your money. It's not good to spend a lot of money on books that probably won't do well on the secondary market in the future. But guys, make sure you guys are doing your own research. Maybe I'm completely wrong because there is one book on here that could possibly do well. And guys, which one is it? It is The Punisher issue #1 with this new Punisher, Joe Garrison. And it's also written by David Pepose, and he's actually a pretty good writer, so maybe he could bring something really cool to this Joe Garrison character and people could latch onto him. Because, you know, maybe people are sick of Frank Castle. Maybe they're sick of that same slog, and maybe this is going to have a really cool story that people are going to like. And then maybe that story is going to be so good they can put it on the small or big screen and more people will get into this character. You never know. This is speculation. It's educated guesses. And until we get our hands on this book, we have no idea how cool this character of Joe Garrison is going to be. So if you want to hedge your bets, maybe pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 copies, put them away. It's not that much money because this is probably, what, $3.99 per book? So you're going to spend $20. That's not too bad. And if this character does do well, you will have a nice little honeypot that you can pull out and make a few bucks, which is the whole goal of this video, to make this hobby fund itself. All right, guys, I really think you should save your money, but if you were going to go after any of these books, that would be the book that I suggest you guys take a serious look at. All right, guys, there were no covers on New Comic Book Day that I really thought would do really well on the secondary market, especially not as well as that Birds of Prey issue #2, 1 in 50 Otto Schmidt variant. God damn it, I'm so mad I did not get my hands on one of those books. But guys, let's go ahead and dive into the 2 books I found on Final Order Cutoff that are my recommendations to read. There are 2 books on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I think you guys should consider picking up because I think the story sounds really freaking cool. And the first one up is Blood Commandment issue #1. Now this is from Rising Star writer-artist Simon Kredinsky. Now if you have not read Something Epic yet, go read that book. That title is so freaking amazing. I love it. I cannot wait for every single issue to come out so I can get it in my hands and read it. That's how good it is. And his artwork is stunning. And the artwork that he has for this book right here is so good. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. Living an isolated life in a shadowed valley surrounded by mountains and a thick forest, a father and son are terrorized by a dangerous supernatural presence. Only the father's dark secrets can save them or damn their souls for all eternity. Being a single father can be tough, but for Ezra Connolly, it's a duty he doesn't take lightly. Living off the grid, away from the prying eyes, in the heart of the forest country, he spends his days teaching his teenage son Will survival skills. But Will has questions. Questions Ezra fears to answer about his past and about why they never leave the valley before sundown. A 4-issue horror miniseries from the creator of the breakout hit series Something Epic and the artist of Spawn and Punisher, Simon Kredinsky, serves as a story about survival, sacrifice, and hope. Guys, this sounds so freaking good. And if you have read Something Epic, you know you have to pick up this book because it's going to be so good. And guys, and that artwork for the preview pages, come on. That is so good. It's so creepy. I cannot wait to read this book. Have you guys pre-ordered this book yet? If you haven't, do it now. Simon, I am so excited for this book. I really am. But guys, there is one other title that I found that sounds really cool, and it is Red Light issue #1. And this is coming from writer Sarah Cho. I don't think I've read anything by this person before, and has art by Priscilla. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. I have no idea how to do it, and I don't want to butcher it. But guys, this has artwork by Priscilla P. But guys, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. A futuristic, erotic thriller begins. Get ready for a red-hot, futuristic, erotic thriller that sits at the intersection of sex and tech by exciting new writer Sarah Cho and artist Priscilla P. Lacey is an AI sex worker in a futuristic red light district, and Lacey knows exactly what her clients want, better than they know it themselves. Housed in a high-tech brothel under the watchful eye of the mysterious Mr., Lacey has little in her manufactured life besides work. All that changes when she befriends Natalie, an orphan child who comes into her care. Now Lacey and Natalie are on a mission to escape the red light district, only to find themselves flung headlong into the mystery behind Lacey's creation. That just sounds really, really cool. And if you guys have not read anything from AWA, you're missing out, because a lot of the stuff from AWA has been fantastic. Trojan was so good. And guys, the cover A by Jeff DeCall, I mean, come on. And the interior artwork was actually really cool. I should have shown the pages already. They were a little racy at the end. I'm not sure if I'm going to show that last page because they blacked out some of the sex stuff, but it seems a little hardcore. But guys, this book sounds really freaking cool. And AI is all on our minds right now because it's everywhere nowadays. This just sounds really, really cool in my opinion. But guys, those are our 2 recommendations to read this week. Blood Commandment in Red Light. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of the video, and this is where I take a second to thank every single one of you that are still watching this video right now, and I remind you, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Now guys, look down real quick. Have you guys hit that like button just yet? If you haven't, do me a favor, click it, smash it, just make sure it is pressed, so that way this video gets pushed out to more people. It is the most helpful thing that you guys can do other than leaving a comment down below, and do that now. Let me know what is your favorite spec pick of the week, or if you agree with me that this is a great week to save your money. Alright guys, if you guys watched that video and you guys enjoy comic content, but you guys are not subscribed, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this week. I'll be back on Tuesday with my Wednesday pull list. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.